Welcome back, and welcome to my hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know what happened, but quick rewind. We got to go back to the weekend. We've missed a little bit. Premier League. Let's talk about it.
Huge results. Here they come. They go by. From Saturday to Monday. Monday probably being the most interesting of the Premier League games. That Spurs-Chelsea. 4-1. 2 red cards.
Countless VAR goals knocked off. Just an absolutely insane game. We love to see that. I mean, as a neutral, that is just like the epitome of Barclays football right there.
Tottenham-Chelsea, big clash. Like it's
great
it's
game.
it's definitely what you want to see from a neutral perspective. Going on, Manchester United actually get a win against Fulham. Ooh, something to talk about.
A win is a win for Bruno. I love it.
Yep. Continuing on, Manchester City 6-1 over Bournemouth. Come on, Bournemouth. Where you at, mate? Where you at? Absolutely scenes. Arsenal, Newcastle, big 1-0 over Arteta. Arteta fuming. I mean, this guy, he can't handle it. Weeks ago saying we need to let the Premier League refs off sometimes. We're human. We make mistakes. He's right. You know, we are human. We make mistakes. But you know what, Mikkel? The same thing happens today, or Saturday, against Newcastle. It's flames. It's a catastrophe.
I mean, let me tell you, the sheer amount of kiss ass that has come out over these last couple weeks.
Hypocrisy.
And absolutely. That we saw this same exact call not called for United just a month ago, and everyone told us, get over it. But now they're doing demonstrations on Sky Sports to show just specifically the lines for the VAR and why it was called the way it was, But because it's Arsenal, everybody seems to care and kiss ass now.
The happier of the two gentlemen standing right in front of you. Definitely me. 2 wins over our 2 games this past week. It's been 9-1 on aggregate. Very nice. Very much like that. 6-1 against Bournemouth. 6-1 Bournemouth. Absolutely played off the park. No chance for minute 1. 4 goals in the first half. Or 3 goals in the first half. Excuse me. It was nonstop for minute 1.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even fathom our team winning 6-1 right now. Like, it's tough for me to wrap my head around that. Like, obviously, we've scored a bunch of goals in the past, but at this moment in time, I don't think we'd be lucky to score more than 4 in a desperate attempt to. So the fact that they got 6 is just...
It's really impressive, too. We got 6 goals. Haaland didn't score a single goal. Guy comes off after halftime. Phil Foden comes on, scores. I mean, he's that guy.
It kind of seems like all his goals are after they've already taken the lead.
No. Look, here we go. Nope. We're not going to start that. Okay. Phil Foden's putting up numbers. He always does. People think, oh, he's not getting the starts, or he's not doing this, or people think whatever. Phil Foden, every time he's on the field, impact. Puts in a shift. Whether he's a sub, whether he's a starter, it doesn't matter the size of the opponent. It doesn't matter if it's Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup. Guy produces. He steps on the field, does his job. That's what you want, and that's what I'm excited for. That's all I need from him, is just to go on the field, do your job for however long you're on the field for. He's getting numbers too, so just to add on to that, he's getting the goals, assists, which nowadays is like the most important thing to everybody. But 6-1 over Bournemouth, absolute thrashing. I'll take it all day.
And you know what? At this point, I have to take a 1-0 win in the dying minutes at Fulham. The Craven Cottage is absolutely rocking. Those guys get up for every game that Fulham has against a big team, a small team, whoever.
It was such a boring game.
It was a boring game.
So
not a whole lot happened.
Even 1-0, it was just still crap.
I mean, there were a couple of chances for United, and then, maybe 1 or 2 counters for Fulham where they really could have worried us, but honestly, I got to give it up to Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans. I mean, they did really well. I have to admit that. Harry Maguire has turned around quite a few performances in these last couple of weeks, and I got to just give it up to him. He did great, And thankfully, our captain Bruno saved the day again.
It looked like if they could have a little bit more solid players, like you're right, Maguire has made a bit of a turn. Why Varane isn't starting something? I know he's coming back from injury and whatnot, but like
he was ill and then he's coming back.
I don't know what you have to do, but the fact that just Johnny Evans is in there is I'm not saying he's like a terrible player. He's a Premier League proven guy. But he's past his days. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I just hats off to Harry Maguire making the most of the situation while he's getting the playing time. He's doing all right. He's not doing anything crazy. He's doing all right. He's not giving anybody a reason to shit on him, which is really all I think ask for from.
No, I think he has had, like against Fulham, he had a good performance. He wasn't just not bad. He had a good performance. He definitely has performed really well from what we've expected. Yes, like he has been tragic the prior, 8 months. But he's starting to put together some good performances and gain some more confidence, which I love to see.
Swiftly moving on. Manchester City again. 3-0 win again over Young Boys. We played them last time out. It was 3-1. Again now 3-0. It's Young Boys. It's the Champions League. You look at the two teams lined up against each other, you really only expect one outcome, honestly. But you know what? You have to go out on the field. You have to play against who you're up against. You know what I mean? You can only play, what do they say? You can only play what's in front of you. You know what I mean?
It seems like that's the case every year with City in the group stages. Like they always have at least two really poor, I'll say to be respectful, poor teams, and then Leipzig is.
And then I
I
was just about to say it goes Man City. For the past 3 or 4 years, it's Man City, Leipzig, and then two whoever.
Tragic teams.
Yeah, and
Leipzig, I'm sorry.
Leipzig,
but
every time we've played them, not every time, I'm pretty sure every time though, we've pretty much smacked them.
Yeah, so they roll over every time. It's incredible to see, especially when they come up against Bayern and they go crazy, but then against City.
Yeah, so Young Boys 3-0, Haaland with 2, Phil Foden with 1. Again, numbers. Again, Haaland scores. Champions League, this kid just scores. Like, yes, he scores in all the competitions. He's just a maniac. With the Champions League, I love it. He's on the biggest stage scoring these goals.
Would you say?
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Would you say that City spanked Young Boys?
We're going to have to cut it.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. We've teased you with it enough. I am furious.
Here we go. This is what the thumbnail's about. This is what you clicked on the video for. It's for us to yet again get to just soak up all Trevin's pain. He's just leaving it out there for us. He's just sweating it. And we just got to take a towel, rub it off of him, smell it. It smells great. It's just, I love it.
I mean, the amount of stress that this team causes me is incredible. Like, it's literally my job. Manchester United. Like, it's incredible. This team just lulls me into a sense of security. A 2-0 lead. Just
pretty solid from there.
Fluid.
Pretty solid
football.
Pretty solid from 2-0 up.
Just
no, not gonna lie.
Just a great 40 minutes.
If you could get that
for 90 minutes?
Oh, dude, United are in there.
That's the best. That's literally the best that we've played all season. Literally all season.
40-minute period.
But big but.
It all went downhill.
Rashford getting that red.
Man.
You know how I feel. You probably feel the same way. A City fan, a Liverpool fan, it doesn't matter. That's never a red. That's not ever a red. And you know how I know that? Because just today, Liverpool, Endo, much worse tackle, yellow card. Just absolute incredible standards of refereeing I'm seeing.
The refereeing this year in pretty much all the competitions I watch. I try to watch as much of the top 5 leagues pretty much and Champions League. Other than that, I don't watch anything. But in those
the occasional MLS.
Yeah.
FCC.
Yeah, Yup. Moving on. Oh, we got to make a whole video on that. That's a whole new video, FCC, baby.
Hey, if you want to see an FCC video,
oh, man.
Let us know.
Drop it in the comments.
Let us know.
A little nasty. But, no. Come on. So, the refereeing this year, it may not be, I'm not going to say it's worse or better than previous years, but it's definitely being more
highlighted.
Highlighted, exactly. It's definitely more highlighted with everybody just having social media. Everybody has their own opinion. We can see the playback from the replays, the lines, all the technology, different things they're trying to like implement, like all that stuff just kind of influencing people in one way or another, like the referee on the field with VAR, like how he should treat that. It's just so much that it makes it so difficult for everybody to handle when it goes against them. Like it's just a lot.
It's not that I can't accept the referee's decision.
No, I'm not saying that. Also, I'm not saying like United this, United or any team, but just in general, like even when chances go against City and stuff like that, like it's just this year it's just highlighted more, so we all notice it, and it's just I think something's gotta happen, like. And I'm not gonna say I agree with Arteta and whatnot, or I agree with Trevin but there's too much of an argument to be had. Like there's
too much conversation around it to not do anything.
We should try and make it a little bit. I don't know how. I'm not an expert. How you make it a little more cutthroat, but the rules are just insane. So football's insane. Football's insane.
Fine referees, demote them. We actually make them have consequences for when they have bad calls. But going back to the game, Rashford, never a red, like I said. And then from that point on, just capitulated. Just doomsday from there on. I don't know why we can't keep a lead. I don't know why we continue to have the worst mentality I've ever seen in our team.
That's definitely what it is.
And it's just that switch that needs to happen in their heads. Because not only will that make them actually care about this team again, but it'll actually show that they're not shit players like everyone thinks they are. I mean, right now is some of the worst our players have ever played. Yeah. Like, just 6 months ago, Rashford was one of the best players in the league. Easily, bar none. You couldn't tell me otherwise. But now, he's just horrible. Like, I don't know what it is. And I'm not saying that red has anything to do with that, because he has played fantastic those first 40 minutes, but he just hasn't played as well as he can, and that's the case with everybody in this team.
The whole team is very emotional. It's a very emotional side.
We broke Bruno.
They go up 2-0 against Copenhagen.
Their fans are going wild. Gotta give it up. Like, I hate to say that, but they were going crazy.
You're up 2-0. You go a man down. It's a forward. It's Rashford. It's an important player to you. You make subs, I assume?
Yeah, at halftime, Amrabat comes on for Eriksen.
So,
which I like the move. Amrabat did not do anything wrong this game, really. He played pretty decent, covered a lot of ground, so decent performance from him.
The only reason I can see Man United going from 2-0 up to losing is, in this Man United team, is simply just because they got that red card and lost it almost. It was almost maybe an unconscious feeling of something's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's just that nervousness. Like, we can't see out the game, and then of course, something goes not our way. It's just how it happens when you're having bad luck. It seems to happen at the worst moments. Like, obviously, if City have bad luck, it is what it is. They roll it off and they go on to the next one. But for some reason, United just can't figure it out. Something always goes wrong, and I'm so tired of it.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're soaking up, baby. We're just let me go get my towel. Soak it up. All right, that's all we have. It was a wonderful, at the same time, it was a wonderful video for you, wonderful video for me, terrible video for Trevin, because this Man United team just ain't getting it together. It's something wrong. They need to figure it out. Man City still rolling. You love to see it. We love to see it. We'll see you in the next one. That outro was kind of live, though. That outro was kind of live.
Skulls.